A Music Box by Olga Kass. A modern fairy tale. Once, there was a little girl who entered the world under a shadow of sadness. Her mother died when the child was still a baby. Before passing away, the young mother worried deeply about her daughter's happiness and left her husband a beautiful music box. "Let it play for our daughter before she goes to sleep," she said. "It will be the lullaby I cannot sing myself. Then my dear little girl will know the power of my motherly love, and she will never feel alone." After his wife's death, the father faithfully honored her final wish. Every evening he opened the lid of the music box, and a beautiful melody filled the bedroom. The little girl would quickly drift into a peaceful sleep. During the day, she was cheerful, full of smiles and joy. Several years passed, and the widower remarried. His new wife, as is so often the case in fairy tales, insisted on doing everything her own way. "It is not normal for a child to be so attached to an inanimate object," she declared, and she locked the music box away in the loft. From that day on, the little girl's nature began to change. She cried often and could no longer sleep peacefully. Her father wished to bring back the music box, but his new wife would not allow it. Instead, she sold it to an antique dealer. She was a strong-willed woman who believed that only her rules should govern the household. The father gave in, and the little girl offered no more resistance. In time, she no longer remembered her real mother, nor the gentle melody of love that had filled her earliest years. The girl was sad, though she did not know why. That is often the way of children. They accept the world as it is, never realizing that life could be different. Yet, deep within their hearts, they sometimes sense that something is missing. The girl was well fed and well dressed, and like other children, she went to school. During the holidays, she was taken to lovely places. She also made friends, but she was never truly happy or felt at home. One day, while walking home from school, the girl wandered into a little curiosity shop. The elderly shopkeeper greeted her with a warm smile. She knew the girl often stopped by to admire the old treasures on display. Quietly watching her, the shopkeeper noticed that the girl had come to a halt before a music box, resting on a dusty shelf in a dark corner of the shop. The girl stood perfectly still for a long time. Something strange was unfolding before the shopkeeper's eyes. "How much does this music box cost?" the girl finally asked. The shopkeeper was about to name a price, but paused and asked instead, "How much money do you have?" The girl emptied her pockets and placed every coin she owned on the counter. The shopkeeper counted them carefully. There was very little. "That is exactly how much this music box costs," she simply said, placing it into the girl's hands. The girl hurried home, ran to her room and wound up the music box. As soon as the melody began to play, it seemed to her that the whole world was suddenly filled with light, with fresh, crystal-clear air, and with something else, something invisible, beyond words, yet wonderfully beautiful. For the first time in many years, her heart felt light. Joy overflowed within her, and she laughed, truly laughed for the very first time since she had been a little child. Hearing the laughter and the music, the girl's stepmother rushed to the room. But no matter how hard she tried, she could not cross the doorway. An invisible force stood in her way. The music grew louder and more powerful. Like a shining river of sound, it flowed through the doorway, filled the entire house, and carried the woman away. Some say the melody carried her to a distant land, where she wandered until she learned kindness and compassion. The girl never knew what became of her. She only laughed and laughed and laughed.